Alright, let's get you started on your crypto journey. But first, a really important heads up. Cryptocurrency is a high-risk world. It's incredibly volatile, meaning prices can swing wildly, and the rules are constantly changing. Never, ever trade with money you can't afford to lose. If you're thinking about putting in a significant amount of money, it's a good idea to chat with a licensed financial advisor first. Also, regulators in the US have been very active in this space, so be prepared for shifting rules and maybe a bit of extra paperwork down the line. Okay, let's dive in. We're going to take this step by step, like a short course you can follow along with. Think of this as your very first lesson, covering your mindset, safety, making one small real trade, and the record keeping you'll need. I'm going to walk you through all the practical actions in plain, simple English. I'll be speaking calmly and slowly, explaining each step as I do it, so you can follow along without getting lost. Lesson 1 is all about mindset and one simple rule. Treat trading like any other skill you are learning. That means you have to start tiny. Pick one single objective for right now. Are you here to practice and learn how the system works with order types and fees? Are you here for small-scale investing, where you buy and hold a major coin for the long term? Or are you interested in short-term trading, like day trading or swing trading? If your answer is practice, then only put in an amount you are completely okay with losing. Expect to make mistakes. They're part of the learning process. If your goal is to invest, then your plan should be to hold on and not get distracted by every single headline or price jump. And if you're here to trade, then before you even think about clicking that buy button, you must learn how to use tools like stop-loss orders and how to size your positions correctly. Lesson 2. Basic terms. I want you to say these out loud with me so they really sink in. Spot trading is when you're buying the actual coins themselves. Margin trading means you're borrowing money to trade, which is very dangerous for beginners. The order book is the live list of all the buy and sell orders for a particular coin. A market order means you're buying or selling at the current best available price right now. And a limit order is where you set the specific price you're willing to buy or sell at. Let me give you a quick example. Let's say Bitcoin is trading at $60,000. If I place a market buy order for $100 worth, the exchange will match my order with the best available sellers immediately. It's fast, but it can sometimes cost you a little more because you're not in control of the exact price. Lesson 3 is about choosing a platform and checking the rules. For beginners here in the US, there are several reputable exchanges, and they differ in how easy they are to use, which coins they support, and what their fees are. A couple of names you can trust to start with are Coinbase or Kraken. But before you sign up, please do your homework. Go read their fee schedule. Check that they currently accept residents from your state. And most importantly, complete the full identity verification process, known as KYC, before you even think about funding your account. And remember, regulatory actions can and do happen. Keep an eye on the exchange's official announcements and never assume the rules are set in stone. Lesson 4. Account setup and security. This part is critical. We're going to do this step by step out loud. First, use a password manager to create a unique and very long password for your exchange account. Next, enable two-factor authentication, or 2FA. If you have the choice, use an app-based authenticator like Google Authenticator, not SMS, as it's more secure. If the platform offers it, turn on withdrawal whitelisting, which means you can only send funds to pre-approved addresses. Also, set up account notifications so you get alerts for logins and transactions. Now repeat this after me. I will never reuse passwords, and I will store my recovery phrases offline, somewhere safe. If you plan to hold more than just a small test amount, seriously consider moving your long-term holdings off the exchange and into a non-custodial wallet or a hardware wallet that you control. Exchanges can fail or be restricted, and you want to be in control of your assets. Lesson 5 is funding your account and making your very first tiny trade. I'm going to say this, and I want you to do it slowly and deliberately with me. I will deposit $20 or another small amount I am completely comfortable losing. This is a learning trade, not an investment. Now, let's walk through the deposit options. You'll usually see choices like a bank transfer, debit card, or ACH. Pay attention to the typical delays and any fees associated with each method. Once your funds have arrived in the account, we're going to demonstrate placing a limit buy order for a major coin like Bitcoin or Ethereum. A limit order is safer for a learner because you set the exact price you're willing to pay, which helps you avoid any unexpected costs from price slippage. And finally, Lesson 6, the practical demo of your first order. I'm going to read this script out loud while I perform the actions on screen so you can hear and see every single step. I will now place a buy limit order for $20 worth of Bitcoin at the current best bid price. If that order fills, I will immediately log the transaction details and then practice withdrawing $5 to an external wallet. If the order does not fill within an hour, I will cancel it and adjust my price slightly. Okay, watch closely. First, I'm selecting the order type. I'm choosing limit. Now, I'm entering the quantity, which is $20 worth. The exchange is showing me the estimated fees, which I'll confirm. Now I'm clicking to confirm the final order. You can see it now, right here in my Open Orders section. Once it fills, the record of that trade will appear here, in my trade history. And that's it. You've just walked through the entire process from setup to your very first trade. Congratulations on taking your first, careful step into this space. I want you to say these things out loud with me. This is how we turn theory into practice. Ready? Let's dive in. Lesson 7. Order types. Say them with me. Market order, limit order, stop-loss order. A market order buys or sells immediately at the best available price. A limit order lets you set the exact price you want to buy or sell at. A stop-loss is your safety net. Let's walk through an example. Next, Lesson 8. Risk management. These are rules you must recite and follow. Repeat after me. I will never risk more than 1 to 2% of my total trading capital on any single trade. This is your golden rule. If you have a $1,000 account, that means your maximum loss on one trade is $10 to $20. How do you enforce this? Say it. I will always use a stop-loss. And what if the market gets choppy and volatile? When the market is more volatile, I will reduce my position size, not shrink my stop-loss. And before every single trade, you must ask yourself this question and answer it in dollars. How much can I lose if this goes wrong? Not a percentage, a real dollar amount. Knowing this keeps you grounded. Lesson 9. Reading a chart simply. Forget the clutter. We're starting with the daily time frame. For the next few weeks, I want you to look for only 3 things. Say them with me. Trend, support, and resistance. Is the price generally going up, down, or sideways? That's your trend. Where has the price bounced up from before? That's support. Where has the price been rejected and turned down? That's resistance. Add just one more tool, the RSI, or Relative Strength Index. It helps you check if an asset is overbought or oversold. Keep it this simple. Don't fall into the trap of using 20 different indicators. Master the basics first. Lesson 10. Journals and taxes. This is the part nobody likes, but everyone needs. You must keep a trading journal. Why? Because you have to pay taxes. In the US and many other countries, crypto is treated as property. This means selling it, trading it for another crypto, spending it on goods, and even earning staking rewards can all be taxable events. Your journal should be a simple spreadsheet. List the date, the asset, whether you bought or sold, the quantity, the price, any fees, the reason for the trade, and the outcome. In the US, you'll use this info for Form 8949 and to answer that digital asset question on your main tax form, the 1040. Don't ignore this. Lesson 11. Your 30-day practice plan. This is your roadmap. Repeat this plan to yourself. Week 1. I will learn the terminology, open my exchange accounts, and make one tiny deposit to get comfortable. Week 2. I will place 3 practice limit orders and, importantly, make 3 practice withdrawals to understand the process. Week 3. I will paper trade at least 3 setups using a limit order to enter and a stop loss to protect myself. I'll use a demo account or just pennies. Week 4. If and only if I feel comfortable, I will place one small live trade with real money, following all my rules. This is a cycle. You repeat and refine this plan. Don't rush it. Trading is a marathon, not a sprint. Lesson 12. The security checklist. Before you go to sleep tonight, read this list and be honest with your answers. Do I use a password manager? Is two-factor authentication or 2FA enabled on all my accounts? Is my recovery phrase written down, stored offline, and split across 2 separate secure locations? Is a withdrawal whitelist active on my exchange? Are my exchange email and push notifications turned on? If you answered no to any of these, fix it immediately, before you add any more funds. Your security is your responsibility. Lesson 13 is about taming your emotions. News, hype, and fear of missing out, or FOMO, will wreck your account if you let them. So, let's create a mental shield. Repeat this phrase out loud. News is noise until I can map it to my price chart and my risk plan. When you see a big, scary headline about regulations, what do? You don't panic sell. You check your plan. You only act if your predefined rules tell you to act. Let your system, not your fear, make the decisions. Okay, let's pause the theory and make this real. This is your script for your very first live trade. We're going to do this together. Read this out loud as you do it. I am funding $20 to my exchange account just to learn the process. I will buy $10 worth of a major coin, like Bitcoin or Ethereum, using a limit order. I will immediately set a stop loss that caps my maximum loss at 3. I will keep the other 7 on the exchange to practice withdrawals. I will record the transaction ID from the Block Explorer for that withdrawal. I will log every single step in my trade journal, and I will include screenshots for my tax records. Now go and actually perform those steps. Narrate each click to yourself. This builds muscle memory and discipline from day 1. Before we wrap up, I need you to internalize 2 final critical notes. First, say this with me. I will avoid using leverage until I can consistently manage my small positions for at least 3 months. Leverage multiplies gains, but it also multiplies losses and is the fastest way for a beginner to lose everything. Second, repeat this. I will be extremely wary of get-rich-quick promises and private groups that ask for deposits. If it sounds like a guaranteed return, it's almost certainly a scam. Protect your capital and protect your mindset. We've covered a huge amount of ground today, and I'm proud of you for sticking with it and participating. This isn't just content, it's a foundation. If you found this practical, hands-on approach helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next part. We have so much more to cover. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.